The Bitcoin bull run starts now, and we're going to compare the price movement with the latest news and also the events that we could expect within this week, because yes, Bitcoin has pretty much been going sideways in this very important range. We have formed a new high round about the 31,600 US dollars, but are we finally going to break this range and see a massive pump towards the upside? We're first going to look at the news before we're going to deep dive into the charts. Yes, Bitcoin sharks and whales have accumulated 71,000 more Bitcoin in the last 3 weeks, so we can see yes, this shows a high confidence in the overall markets when these major whales are accumulating, and that is also what you should do exactly now, because yes, we've got some major bullish news. Standard Chartered boosts 2024 Bitcoin forecast to 120,000 US dollars. But yes, they're also saying that we could expect the price within this year of 50,000 US dollars. And if you remember that my price target of this year would be all the way at the levels of yes, 48,000 to 47,000 US dollars in the immediate short term that we could reach before we're going to see this pullback. But in the technical analysis, I'm going to show you exactly at which levels you should exit and enter the markets, because yes, ultimately the bull run starts exactly now. And if we go over to the next post, we can see yes, the latest Bitcoin ETF decision deadlines are around the 19th of March 2024. So this could be the dates where we're going to get, yes, first of all from the SEC, the approval of these Bitcoin ETFs. And this would mean, yes, we're going to see a massive pump. But if we're going to look at the date, this pretty much lines up with the next Bitcoin halving, which is roundabout expected at the end of March and the beginning of April. So we could expect this massive pre-halving run that could pump the price of Bitcoin even higher. But what are the latest news, what we could expect within the next 24 hours? Yes, the next 24 hours are going to be very volatile because of the CPI data that is going to be released tomorrow. So we could expect some major volatility, but first of all, we had a previous reading of 4% and the forecast for this reading is 3.1%. So yes, if we're going to see a lower number than expected, or even the number that is expected, we could expect a pump for the overall markets. But guys, if we're going to get a significant lower number, this would mean yes, we're going to get a bullish move even higher, and this would mean that Bitcoin is going to break out from this major range underneath the 31,000 US dollar level, and that we could finally expect this pump all the way up to the 33,000 US dollar level. But yes guys, the next 2 weeks are going to be very important, because yes, the CPI data will give us the hint, are we going to get an interest rate hike, or are we going to actually get this pivot, or even again, no interest rate hikes from the Federal Reserve that will take place in 15 days at the next FOMC meeting. So guys, let's go over to the charts to find out what is happening in the immediate short term. And we're going to start on the daily chart for Bitcoin. And as you guys know, we have been in this range, in this major resistance area for quite a while. But what could we expect in the immediate short term? First of all, if we're going to zoom out, yes, Bitcoin is at the moment at previous resistance, and at the moment we're holding this perfectly as support, this major resistance area. But yes, we can see that the 31,000 US dollar level is some major resistance that Bitcoin needs to break. But if we look at this past consolidation, we can see that Bitcoin had this massive pump even higher, and then we saw this sideways movement. And if we compare the last sideways movement from the pump all the way to the next breakout, we can see that this consolidation was exactly 23 days. And if we look at the price consolidation for Bitcoin at the moment from the previous pump all the way to the price levels that we are at the moment, yes, exactly 20 days. So yes guys, this is around about the same consolidation that we had before. So could we expect the next leg up for Bitcoin, maybe also from this positive news that we're going to get from the CPI and also the FOMC meeting? Because yes, this would mean if we're going to get a positive reading from the CPI, then I expect that Bitcoin is finally going to break the 31,000 US dollar level, and that we could expect this next leg up for Bitcoin. But let's go on the weekly chart for Bitcoin to find out, yes guys, we can see that Bitcoin is going to break this very important level, because we really have to zoom out to find out what we could expect. And yes, we have a lot of resistance and also support that we have from the previous bull run. So if we're going to break this major level, I expect that we're going to get this major pump even higher, and I expect that we're going to reach a price target of 47 to 48,000 US dollar level, or make it even 50,000 US dollars before we're going to see the next consolidation. And this perfectly lines up with the next Bitcoin halving, because yes, we're going to get this major pump, and this is where most of the people are going to enter the crypto market and especially the Bitcoin market, and then we're going to see this major FOMO. And what is the market going to do? Yes, we're going to see a retracement all the way back, maybe to the $30,000 level. So this is what I expect, a major pump to the $50,000 level, and then we're going to see a consolidation after we see this massive FOMO from the most retail investors. And that's why buying in these areas, guys, is very important, because yes, we're going to see this major leg up, and then we're going to see a consolidation, maybe the approval of the spot Bitcoin ETF roundabout here in March, and then we could expect this parabolic run into the halvening and this major run breaking the previous all-time high. So guys, yes, buying in this area is going to be very important. And if you want to buy crypto on the spot market or trade it on a leverage market, go down in the video description below where you find all my links to first Fairdesk, where you can trade all of these assets, and also BITGET. These are my trusted exchanges that I use on a regular basis. But guys, let's go on the lower time frames of Bitcoin to find out what we could expect in the immediate short term. So yes, we can see that Bitcoin has this major resistance round about the $31,000 level, and this major support round about the $30,000 to $29,000 level, and the price of Bitcoin is moving up and down, support, resistance, support, resistance. So yes, we are trading in this boring range, but we can see that we were clearly in the symmetrical triangle, and we saw a lot of fake outs towards the upside and also towards the downside for Bitcoin. But ultimately, yes, Bitcoin is trading within this range. So I expect we're going to see some volatility within the next 24 hours, and then we could expect that Bitcoin is going to decide in either direction if we're going to get the lower CPI reading. But guys, let's go over to the DXY to find out, yes, the dollar currency index has again formed a lower high, and that is extremely bullish for the price of Bitcoin, because yes, if the DXY goes down, the Bitcoin price goes up and vice versa. So we could expect that the overall crypto market and also the overall market is going to be in a bullish stance before we're going to enter the CPI readings. But let's go over to the most important factor that is going to influence all of the altcoins, and that is the Bitcoin dominance, round about the 51% level at the moment. And guys, if we're going to see that we're going to form a lower high and that the price movement is going to form a lower low on the Bitcoin dominance, we could expect a pump for the altcoins. So yes guys, if you want to find out more and always stay up to date, make sure to be in my free Telegram group. And if you like this update, smash up the like button and subscribe, and most importantly, activate the bell so that you always stay up to date, and make sure to be for crypto.